All right, today we have a pretty awesome guest, if I do say so myself. He rides around like a fucking maniac on a bike with his mini Australian Shepherd, Kaido. Please welcome Matt, everyone.
Hello.
Very excited to have you. And I think we're just going to dive right in because how the fuck do you go from just like walking your dog to like riding on a bike with your dog on your back? Like, how did you get into that?
So biking in general, I moved to Europe a couple years back and kind of fell in love with it there. And I just knew it was something that I wanted to bring to, my best friend, which obviously is Kaido.
Oh,
So just from a young age, we just started biking. I think he was like 10 weeks and we were already biking. So
oh my God.
what happened?
How is he now?
He is 2.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Baby.
He's a baby.
That's crazy. 10 months old, and was he just like
He
in
was
his little back?
He was a little nugget. And we had a little baby Bjorn, so he's actually in the
Oh
front.
my gosh.
And if you were biking, he actually liked that a lot more because he liked the full wind in his face. He was loving it. I have
Did you go to the store to buy one, or did you order it online?
I ordered online, yeah.
Okay, that would
I
be
would-
amazing if you were in the baby store.
I would have paid so much money to see Matt going to like someone in the store being like, "Hi, do you have a baby Bjorn that can fit a 10-month-old dog?"
Oh, 10 week.
10 week. Oh my God. 10
But
week. That's even better.
You know what I did do? I did, because I was like attached to him at the hip by that point. I'm like, this is my best friend. I mean, like we all are. I did bring him into every store I could with the baby Bjorn. And the amount of attention you get with a puppy and a baby Bjorn is, it's absurd.
Can you like reenact The Hangover? Like where you put Kaido in the baby Bjorn with sunglasses on? Like, how have you never done that?
Only if I get like drunk enough to match their level of like, I gotta go method acting with it.
Yeah. If you're not going to be full Zach Galifianakis, like you just shouldn't do it.
You said that really well.
Thank you.
You really
Thank
got
you.
that name down.
But anyway, then it just became a daily occurrence. Like the biking thing just became a hobby. And when did you start recording it?
So I didn't start making content until he was about a year. I wasn't sure if I bought all the camera equipment, like kind of excited to make videos with him, and I would record it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to post. It's just like, it's too much effort. I have my full-time job, like. But then I don't know. One day I just threw something up. I'm like, I'm just gonna see if it resonates with anyone. And then I actually like really enjoyed the process. I'm like, and it was less intimidating once you actually post for the first time. And then I'm sure like you're both aware, you just keep grinding it, and one video hits, and then it just kind of snowballs from there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the videos you first started posting were the biking ones?
Yeah, my very first one was a biking one. Like I was posting for like 2 months before anything really took off. I was stuck in like the 100 likes and like maybe 1,000, 2,000 views type thing.
Yeah.
And
Classic.
now, you reached 500,000 followers, right?
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of surreal.
Congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment.
Gracias.
I think you guys both also, well, he lives in the city, if you guys didn't know. So does Jackie. You guys have such like a heavy emphasis on New York City, which I think is really interesting. One, there's a shit ton of people that live in the city, so you're reaching that audience, but also there's so many people who, my thing is like flashing. There's so many people who have been to the city, want to go to the city, are interested in the city. Like New York City is just like such an interesting place.
It's a
You don't even have
stage.
it's so, even for me, I've been there a bajillion times, and it's still like everything is new there. So to see you guys in your dog backpacks, it's just like everybody feels like they want to go see that on the street.
Yeah, it's every time you step out of your house, it's a story. That's whether it's a good story or bad story, you're gonna get something out of New York.
That is oh my God, that was really like poetry. I want to make that. I've said this so many times on the show, but I think that should be like a fucking needle point where you're like, every time you step outside in New York City, it's a story.
Etsy.
I don't know if you guys know, but everything I say, it's poetic.
Okay, Matt, relax.
Sorry, I can't take myself seriously.
What was your full-time job before making, or not before making content, but before going full-time with this? Because you're full-time now with Kaido's account.
Yeah. So I was a film producer for about 11, 12 years.
Oh my God. Wait, it was that long?
Yeah. I mean, right when I got out of college, so 2012.
Damn. You
I
were, I
did
didn't
work.
know.
I did work my way up, so I didn't start as a film producer. I started
No, yeah.
a couple steps lower, but anyway, let's say
Damn.
8 years.
Is that what you did in
Really
Europe
cool.
too?
Yeah.
That's so sick.
I went
had
out
no
Yeah.
idea.
there. I only moved to Europe only because I was like bored of New York and I was bored of like that rat race mentality, and I just wanted to switch it up. And like, what better way to travel than by having a foothold in Europe?
That's so sick. Wait, where in Europe again? Was it?
Munich and Berlin, so Germany.
That's so
Do you
cool.
speak German?
I spoke very basic level German when I was out there.
Like a
But yeah,
3-year-old level?
I would say maybe 4, but
Oh.
yeah, a little higher than 3.
Like, can I pet your dog type?
Yeah, where's the bathroom? Can I have a beer? Very basic level.
Those are the 2 things you only need in Germany. Where's the bathroom and can I have a beer?
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's actually true.
Oh my God. And then you moved back from Europe and got Kaido. Is that right?
No, I moved back. I got a girlfriend, and we stayed together for 3 years through COVID. We
That
broke up.
COVID relationship.
Yes, either makes or breaks a relationship. Fortunately for us, it did the latter. And then I got Kaido as a means of getting over that former relationship.
Emotional support.
Yes,
Oh.
ma'am.
Maybe. And that also, I don't tell me if I'm getting the time frame right, but you posted videos, starting when he was 10 weeks old, and then that story with the dodo that you did started to unravel, right?
I don't know about that. What is it?
Yeah, exactly that. Like we were together for like a year, but the story that the dodo was trying to tell was that exact story, that like it was a post breakup dog, and he's my first like dog ever. I had a puppy when I was a kid, but I did not take care of him. I did zero training,
Yeah.
So
This was your first dog.
Yeah, for sure.
But the story was, for everyone who didn't know, and if you don't know, the large page, the dodo, millions and millions and millions of followers. I remember following them on Facebook back in like middle school. But basically, the video is very cute, but the dodo tells the story of Matt getting Kaido post breakup to help him with, those post breakup feels. And now he's a social media sensation, which is insane. And do you ever think it's crazy that like a breakup led you to be famous and like now you're getting recognized by NYPD officers?
The butterfly effect is such a weird concept that like, one little thing in your life changes everything, It's such a crazy, absurd concept to me. Because then if you look back, it's like, what if I made this decision? It's like so many different.
I think about that all the time.
Yeah, like
It's
what
so
if you
weird.
what if you never broke up with your girlfriend? Like then where would Kaido be? Maybe
Yeah,
nowhere.
Exactly. It's just like, and your personality.
That's why you shouldn't regret anything. I think.
Exactly.
Like you
No,
can
for
learn
sure.
from it and you can hate the decision, but it ultimately brought you somewhere. Even like taking a left turn by accident at a red light and then you're like, oh shit. And you loop around, but what if you missed an accident or 2 seconds delayed you getting I don't know. I think about that.
No, it's crazy. And there's like, I know so many people, just because I grew up in Jersey, it's so many people who like, they're not to go off topic, but who worked in like the Twin Towers during 9/11. Like their bus was late or they had like crazy absurd stories.
My grandpa even actually for some reason he didn't go into the city that day. I honestly forget what it was, but it's just like a crazy thing. Maybe he was sick or something happened with my grandma and he didn't go in, and he wasn't working in the Twin Towers, but he was right next to it, and like it was just nuts.
Yeah.
Crazy. And I feel like that relates, the butterfly effect. It relates to the videos that we post, because you're like, oh, what if I don't post this video? But I don't know, maybe it'll miraculously do well. Or you know what, I kind of like it and I don't think it's going to do well, but since I like it, I'm going to post it. But then before you know it, you have millions of views. And I feel like, I don't think this was the exact scenario, but Matt, I literally remember like the week before you posted that recent video with the NYPD recognizing Kaido, it was the week before you were going to post it, and you showed me and Adrian and Mike in Central Park when we all had a play date, and you were like, "Oh, like I don't know if it'll do well, but I think I want to post it because it's just cool."
I think
And the week after, it literally went viral.
Yeah, I think the concept that or not the concept, but if I put more than 4 hours on a video, I should just not post it because it never does well. If I just do organic things and just don't put much thought into it and just post something that feels authentic, it does so much better.
I do feel that way.
It's
Yeah.
Like
it's so
almost every
annoying
time.
sometimes though. It's like you put all
Yeah.
this effort in and then it's like, oh cool, I got X amount of views or whatever.
It's
I
really
mean-
made me rethink, and Jackie, we talk about it almost every day.
Yeah.
Oh, like rethink like where we want to take this, our pages and stuff, not like drastically different, but like what you just said is the textbook social media, at least now. I think before it was a little different, but people are just like desperate for authenticity, and you going and taking your dog on a bike ride, like you're not faking anything. That's literally what you're doing, and it's showing like the world that people aren't even experiencing. It's just interesting.
Yeah, and for my case, all the bike rides, I bring my camera not with like hope, like if anything happens, I'll record it, but I just want to go on the bike ride. It's not like I'm like going on a bike ride to seek out content. I don't sit near hospitals. I just bike around the city and hopefully something happens.
Wait,
What camera do you use? Like, you're just holding it close to you and it like gets that wide angle.
Yeah, it's a 360 camera, so it like
Okay.
captures both,
Yeah.
whatever.
Wait, also, haven't you gotten comments, not just recently, but for the past, I don't know, 6 months, whatever, where people are like, I bet you just chase ambulances, or like, I bet you just wait in front of hospitals and wait for an emergency. Like, that's so pathetic. And it's like, dude, I was going to go on this bike ride no matter what. Also, we live in New York City. Like, ambulances are around every corner.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm talking to Jackie, I hear an ambulance.
It wouldn't be much of a bike ride if I went out with the idea of just looking for ambulances. That's it's not too fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with the internet, it breeds trolls and hate sometimes, but take it with a grain of salt because who cares about their opinion?
You know what?
So back to the
Preach.
Dodo dating story. Well, one, you took him in a baby Bjorn. That must attract girls. And then now you're a sensation. 3, you're taking him on bike rides. So what does that do for you and your dating life?
I will say Kaido, when we go biking, he does attract a lot of attention from everyone, so it doesn't make it easier. Let's say, like, it opens the door for conversations. As long as I can maintain a conversation, I have a semblance of a chance of like maybe going past, oh hey, how are you, so it helps in its own way. But I would love to say that I don't really use my dog to get dates, but people like cute dogs, so it's hard to deny the fact that he helps.
Hey, there's the term wingman for a reason. Okay.
Truly is.
So
What about on social media? Like, have you ever gotten DMs?
DMs?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like anyone with a social media presence gets a lot of DMs, good and bad, but yeah, I've gotten
But
DMs.
have they ever gotten, like, have you ever followed through?
Once or twice.
hell yeah.
Or 50 times or 75.
What was that from American Pie? Like, you have to, like, what's the rule of 3? You have to like times it by 3 for guys, or divided by 3.
I don't know, something with the rule of 3.
Yeah,
that's so good. Honestly, listen, social media connects us to the rest of the world, and if you're gonna get dates through it, like, good on you. Honestly,
I'm not judging. I actually think that's sick.
I think it's awesome because they're also, in a way, seeing your more authentic self through your dog's page. Like, how much more innocent and like authentic can you get when you're just like sharing the time you love being with your dog on a bike? You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's just so nice and refreshing for people to see, instead of like, say going on Hinge or Tinder and there's a picture of you shirtless and being like, yeah, my favorite things to do are like eat hot dogs and fuck. Like, I don't know what the people say, but you know what
Jackie,
I mean.
what was that one more time?
No, it's okay. I don't need to repeat it. People, people can rewind the podcast, Matt.
Yeah, that's true.
But you get my
if
point.
let's say let's create what we know about you on your social media as a dating profile, even if you put the things that are totally true, you would sound like such a tool if you put it on your hit profile of any sort. Like, I like to go bike riding with my dog. Like, when you see it out of the context, you're like, okay, like you like your dog or whatever.
The only
Whatever,
pictures on my
whatever.
phone are my dogs and ambulances.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
No.
It is true, but like when you see it on a profile, you're like, fucking loser. But
Wow,
but then
Galen,
they
you're
see
really-
your profile. I would, if I saw that, if there's only pictures of my dogs and ambulances, I would be like, this dude is insane.
The good part is that seeing it in a video and like seeing how happy you and Kaido look, it just like makes you just the best person. And you are also an amazing person. For everyone,
Thank you.
trying to get to know Matt, he is an amazing person. But
This is actually just like a dating.
Yeah, you guys are just
Podcast.
trying to wing me. I got Kaido
Yeah.
already. Now you're both trying to wing me.
hey, wing woman,
Yeah.
woman.
We got
is also
we have mostly lady followers.
I don't know.
Does he go on dates with you?
He definitely did when he was a puppy, because I would either use that as an excuse to, like, if I wasn't feeling the date, being like, I need to go home and feed him, or I need to go home and take him on a walk.
I still
Or
do that.
or vice versa, if I was feeling the date, being like, I need to go walk him.
You want to come?
Yeah, exactly. Like it just like you can get away from it, whatever you're doing on the date, and you can just
Oh
change.
no, where is he? He looks like he's in my bed.
is?
Come over here.
That's like that's like date 3 maybe.
Yeah. No, you got to wait a little bit. I mean, you can't introduce Kaido too soon because then the girl's never going to leave.
Oh no, he's very cute boy.
But
He's
then
very handsome.
what is it? Like our third or fourth episode, it's mine and Jackie's favorite. Is it our third or fourth? I don't know. It's the reading your guys' funny stories.
Oh,
And it was anonymous. We're only saying this was Matt's story because we asked him if it was okay. We won't be revealing your stories, but his was so funny. We both were dying, and we were like reading these for the first time. It was the my dog swallowed a condom wrapper
Yeah.
on our first date, and you'd like even the little devil emoji you put in the question box. I don't know, it was killing us.
Oh my God. I laughed so hard.
We were hypothesizing almost like a mystery for what this story was, but we want to hear it from you.
Yes, that did happen.
Matt's like, fuck.
No, that was
Very first date. Like,
oh my God, it was actually such an absurd, because he was young. He wasn't like 1 or whatever. He was a puppy still, and anyway, it was me and the person I was with. We were hanging out and we were getting intimate, and I left it wasn't a condom wrapper. It was an actual condom.
that's what I thought. Remember,
Yeah,
Jackie?
it was kind of gross.
Uh,
Whatever. Let's just say, not to give you too much information. He, like, very puppies. They're very inquisitive, and they have to like taste everything or bite everything, whatever. He somehow gets. I didn't think he was told off to get on my my bedside table. And he was able to get up there, and obviously I was distracted, and he all of a sudden I turn, I hear like rustling, and like, where's the condom? Okay, so I'm like, where's my dog? I mean, this is my fault. This is whatever. I should have like not done that, but in hindsight. Anyway, I look under the bed. Kaido's there. I have to shine my light on him so he looks like a deer caught in the headlights, which obviously scared him as a puppy. And he has the condom in his mouth, which is a very gross sight to see.
Like peeking out. Like,
Yeah, exactly. And I'm
why?
like,
I don't know why the word peeking that you just said, like, just gave me the biggest ick. Like a condom peeking out of a dog's mouth.
I will say there was.
the full picture.
I don't want to give you like there was nothing in the condom. Let's just say that.
Thank God.
Yeah, because that would be really gross. Anyway, I I shine the light on him. He gets scared. I'm like panicking because I'm like, if he swallows this is gonna be like bad news. Like we have to go to the
Yeah.
ER. And then I'm like reaching for him under the bed, and then he like panics and just swallows it. Which let's just say my first date went from hanging out with this girl or It was our second date actually, but it was a romantic date, and obviously, and went from like an intimate time to going to the, the
To cook
emergency
condom.
vet. Yeah.
Yeah.
The best part was we show up at this emergency vet, and it's like 1 a.m, and it's you would think there wouldn't be that many people in there, but it was packed, and it's like an open like situation. So everyone was curious about what my puppy swallowed because it's a cute puppy. So the whole place found out and started laughing, and it was just like,
The girl
yeah,
came with you?
yeah, the girl came with me.
Yes. Yes. This should be a fucking movie.
She came with me, so everyone knew the situation after he threw it up. Obviously everything turned out okay. He's alive, but it was an embarrassing story.
Yeah.
Galen kind of had a similar, not to put you on the spot, but
I don't know if you listened to that podcast, but
Galen had a similar experience.
Chili doesn't swallow anything. Well, doesn't swallow any item.
That's what she said.
But-
Sorry.
Swallow any physical items. But like reading that story, it was so funny because like 1 or 2 days before that, Rich had thrown away a used condom, and like Chili has always had this weird obsession with like suckling on underwear and stuff. So like, but that's underwear, and like he doesn't do anything, and it's just like disgusting and weird. But he went into the trash and grabbed a condom, but didn't swallow the condom. He just like sucked. I use this analogy and
Oh my
it makes
God.
Jackie uncomfortable, but Gogurt styled the condom. And then in the morning it was in a different area, and I was like really mad at Rich, like, why would you just throw the condom on the ground? Like, what are you doing? I didn't even consider that Chili did that. And he was like, what are you talking about? And then I was like, well, there's nothing in it, and there's nothing on the floor, or like if you would like move something like that, usually like drip out or something, but no.
Holy that's wild. How's the podcast going? How do you guys like doing it?
Just like putting the personality of the
Yeah.
actual individual to the dog page. Like,
Even if it's just the
That's-
one time, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, and now I know this person's personality, and you like see their account in a different way. And I love it. Even just the people that we've talked to, I know we're seeing it in a different perspective. But when I look at their accounts now, I'm like, this is when it went into it, or this is what their life is like, and this is how
Yeah.
they feel about that. I don't know. I think it's really cool. I hope that other people see it that way too.
Yeah, you're only seeing like a social media. You only see like a glimpse of, like, not even a glimpse, like the smallest minute like part of their life. So this
Yeah.
opens the door to actually see, oh, that's who that person is.
I also wanted to ask you, since we're on the subject of, like it's hard showing our personalities sometimes on our dog page. Do you ever struggle with like showing certain parts of yourself on Kaido's page? Or like, do you ever think, oh, like, I don't know if I want to post that video because, like he's not in it as much as I feel like he should be, or, how do you feel about that?
I don't ever not post something because I don't like the way that I look. Unless I physically think like, oh, I don't look that good this day, then maybe I'll reshoot it. But yeah, I don't ever post something because I don't like the way I look. Like my channel with Kaido, I think there's some channels that do this, some that don't, some just feature their dog. Mine's like a joint channel where it's like, it's supposed to be about both of us. But he obviously ended up taking over the channel because he's so damn cute. He has that advantage. But no, I don't think I like hold back on posting anything because I'm scared of the way people will perceive me. I just, if I resonated with it, I'm hoping that other people will too. So I'll just throw it out there, see what sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
I think that's also something that we like doing with the podcast, is showing even more of a certain side of creators that they wouldn't usually put on their page, or maybe they can't really put it on their page because they're not really sure how to input it in their content.
Mhm.
But is there something that you want to do more in the future with Kaido, like different types of content, or maybe even doing different things with his, I don't know, like brand in the future?
I have a couple ideas that I'm tossing around in my head. I don't know where I'm gonna go. But one thing that I know I want to do is get out of New York City, not permanently, but just get out of the city, go explore more, go take him on adventures and travel, maybe hit up different
Oh, yeah.
cities, different countries.
That'd be so sick. I could so see that for your account.
Bike riding
you
in other
guys.
countries. Can you
That's
imagine?
what that's what I was thinking.
Like
Bike
biking-
riding, or maybe like renting a motorcycle and doing stuff like that.
like bike riding in, say, like, I don't know, like London or whatever. That'd be so sick.
We have like a surprising amount of international fans. I mean, like you were saying before, Galen, like people resonate with Jackie and my channel partly because of our dogs are awesome and also Jackie's awesome, but also we have the city as our backdrop.
Stop sucking my dick, Matt.
Yeah, we have like the city as our backdrop, so
Yeah.
you can like that is just like it allows people to get a glimpse of what New York City life is like. So
Yeah.
that segue was to say that I have a lot of international fans, which is very wild to think about. And I would love to like maybe either go meet them at like wherever they're from and like go see their city.
Yeah, that'd be so
Yeah.
sick.
Right?
I also feel like doing something with Kaido in, say, other cities like Munich, London, Barcelona, Paris, you know, it would be really cool to like make touristy videos about that city, you know, like while biking through them. Like that would be sick.
That is one thing I suggest everyone. I mean, it doesn't have to be biking, it can be whatever, but like when you're in a city, I feel like, or when you're visiting someplace, you end up taking like a lot of either taxis or you drive. Biking allows you, I mean, or scootering or whatever your cup of tea is. It allows you to really get like, really see the city in a different light, you know? Like
Yeah.
I know New York City so well, I can get anywhere without looking at my phone. If that makes sense. I mean, it's a grid
No,
system, so it's
yeah.
not that hard, but even to the point of like knowing random streets in Fidei, which aren't numbered like the rest of New York City.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. We, what's it called? Those Lime scooters. We went somewhere in Kentucky, I forget, for a wedding. And we just like picked up these scooters to run to the store. And then we were like, holy shit, this is so sick. Like we had shared a rental car. There's no way we were going to go around. When you're in an Uber or even a car and you're driving, like even if you're in the passenger seat, just like the way you're positioned, you're looking, but not really. You're not like taking it all in. It's going too fast. And then when you're on those scooters and stuff, you're like seeing it down at a normal person level and you're like, oh my God, look at this store. You hop in it, you go to this place. Oh my God, that's where that is. Like we were starting to find the path where to go everywhere in fucking Kentucky.
Yeah.
So, and you're like riding around all the time.
That's the one thing I wish US had more in their cities. Like in Europe, there's a lot of cities that have like inner cities, which it's like, you know, it's a lot more foot traffic as opposed to like cars. And like a lot of cities in like America, they only have like it's very sprawling.
Yeah.
So you don't really have access to be biking around. That's one of the best parts about New York for me. Like for a US city, there you can literally bike everywhere, which is
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
So what else do you guys do? Like if you're not doing videos and stuff and biking around, like is there anything else that you guys do that you probably don't put on your account because it's not really like the main focus?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I bring him. Sounds absurd, but I do bring him like everywhere. So my daily errands, unless it's like a food store, because I do have like weird feelings about that. But my daily errands, I bring him on. I bring him. We toss a frisbee pretty much every day, just for his exercise. I used to be really into dog parks, but he's had a couple of bad experiences, so
Yeah.
I'm like hit or miss on like I'll scat out the dog park before I bring him in.
Agreed.
But he's great with other dogs. He either like ignores them or he plays. So
Yeah. Lumi and Kaido
Chilly.
together are so freaking cute. They're in love. Like they're actually in love and it's so cute. I love Kaido.
Romance?
it's a bromance.
It's literally a bromance. Like Kaido's eyes, by the way, they're like this crystal gorgeous blue. If you haven't seen his adorable face. And when he sees Lumi, they'll go like really, really, really round. And they're so cute. And Lumi's tail will like vibrate whenever he sees Kaido in like a way that I just haven't seen do with many
Don't
dogs.
say that. Chili is right here.
Okay, you're right. Actually, they have
Rude.
Chili and Lumi have like a very
Different
relationship.
yeah.
It's like more like sexual tension, but regardless, I digress. But with Kaido, do you ever plan on doing like a cross country biking road trip? Because I feel like that'd be so fucking sick.
That's so funny you mentioned that, 'cause I was actually like thinking about that the other day. I'm like, that would be freaking cool, wouldn't it? Like just going across country and stopping at random cities. I mean, it would be my legs would be toasted by the end of that. I don't know. I would come out like my upper body would have shrunk like to half the size, and my legs will just be like enormous.
You'd be like the opposite of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I'll be the
or-
reverse Arnold. You know,
Yeah. Your
It'd
legs would be like crushing watermelons.
that's what I'm aiming for in life. You know.
Oh my God. I
Um,
hope you do.
No, but it would be really cool though, just to be able to hit up different cities and see the U.S. in a different way, you know, because there's
Yeah.
like there's we literally have access to every type of like different types of nature. We have like mountains, we have deserts, we have like pseudo rainforests almost in the U.S. It's we have the redwoods. It'd be so cool just to see it all in a different light.
Yeah. And maybe for like where you would future move to. That's
Yeah.
why I like traveling. Like I'm like, I could see myself here.
I know.
I would-
Speaking of that, do you ever think of leaving New York City permanently?
I think everyone that lives in New York City also thinks about leaving it.
That's fair.
It's just like it's a love-hate
So
relationship.
true.
It's like you can be in love with it for like a week on end, and then the very next day you have a annoying story on the subway, and it's like, ugh, okay, maybe I don't know. But for me, it's seasonal because I'm such a scaredy cat of the cold. I literally hate it.
I know.
And it also like the things I enjoy doing are going outside, going on adventures, whatever. So like this winter,
Same.
I would literally look at every week and be like, okay, it's 25 degrees. Maybe I can stomach biking. Maybe I can't. And I would pick like a day to go bike, and I would regret it every time. But give me the
Wow.
summer, give me the spring. I'll fall back in love with New York City, and I'm ready to go. And
Meanwhile,
hopefully,
Zach grew up in New Jersey, by the way, which
yes,
like
I did.
is it snows there. You know, it's not like he grew up in freaking Georgia, so shame on him. And he
I grew up in Connecticut and I feel the same.
Yeah, but you know what? Toughen up, guys. Fucking toughen up.
No. You just like skiing. Like
Yeah.
I want like summer activities. I want to go on a river, on a lake, and do whitewater rafting with Kaido.
I'll make
That'd
you a
be cool.
deal. I'll make you a deal. If I bike with Lumi and you and Kaido, you have to come skiing with me.
I'll come snowboard.
Okay, fine.
I'll do
That's
that.
fine.
I trust myself more on a snowboard than I do on skis.
Great. Well, on that note, see you on the slopes next winter. And thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We love you both.
So nice
and
chatting.
Can't wait to see you bike riding your little asses around the city.
We'll be biking today. Come find us.